Well, we start our news this morning with the news of a 16-member presidential transition team co-chaired by President John Dramani Mahama and Nana-Addo Akufo-Addo, the president-elect, which was inaugurated on Sunday in Accra to ensure a smooth transfer of power to the incoming administration.
A 16-member presidential transition team co-chaired by President John Dramani Mahama and Nana-Addo Akufo-Addo, the president-elect, has been inaugurated in Accra Sunday, 11 December, to ensure a smooth transfer of handing over notes to the incoming administration. Representing the president are the Chief of Staff, Julius Deborah, Minister for Justice and Attorney General Marietta Brew Appiah-Opong, Minister for Finance Seth Tekpe, and Minister for the Interior Prosper Bani. The rest are Minister for Defense Dr. Benjamin Kumbo, Minister for Foreign Affairs Hannah Tete, and Minister for Local Government and Rural Development Alhaji Collins Dauda. Representing the president-elect include Iyawo Safo-Mafo, Frema Osei Opari, Head of the Staff of Office of the President-elect, Gloria Ekufu, Member responsible for Legal Affairs, Ken Oforiatta, Member responsible for Finance, Ambrose Derry, Member responsible for the Interior, Dominic Nitiwul, Member responsible for Defense, Shelley Ayokubochi, Member responsible for Foreign Affairs, Haji Alima Mahama, Member responsible for Local Government, Albert Kandapa, Member responsible for National Security. Statutory members include Head of Civil Service, Head of Local Governments, Secretary to the Cabinet, and the National Security Coordinator.
And the president-elect, Nana-Addo Akufo-Addo, is also asking for support and prayers from all citizens to govern the country from January 2017. The Electoral Commission on Friday announced that Nana-Addo Akufo-Addo had won the 2016 general elections, making him the next president of the Republic of Ghana.
President-elect of Ghana, Nana-Addo Akufo-Addo, is asking for support and prayers from citizens to govern this country from January 2017. Mr. Akufo becomes the next president of the country after his party, the New Patriotic Party, emerged winners in the just-ended elections with over 53% of the votes. Addressing the Accra Red Church Sunday, December 11, Nana Akufo-Addo also said he's been praying to God to guide him in his leadership.
In his first church address after the NPP was declared winners in the 2016 elections, Mr. Akufo-Addo asked for support to effectively govern the country.
I hope and pray that in everything that I'm going to do, that I'll be guided by the Almighty God. I believe sincerely that it is only with His guidance and support that I can do anything positive for the people of Ghana. And I will be on my knees, Reverend every day, praying for guidance and support from the Almighty, so that we can together, working together, bring prosperity to our nation and progress. That is the profound wish which has guided me all my life in politics. And today I have an opportunity to do about it. I'm counting on all of you here to continue to give me the solidarity, the support, and you keep me in your prayers. I'm going to need it every single day in the years ahead. Thank you, and may God bless us all. Thank you.
He also thanked all who helped him to win.
Say my profound thanks to the Almighty for bringing me this far and for giving me this victory of Wednesday. And in doing so, also to the opportunity to come and thank members of this congregation. There's so many people here who have kept me in their prayers and who have done acts of solidarity towards me and my wife and family, that I will always remember it and will always be very grateful. And the opportunity today to be able to say so. And in doing so, too, take the opportunity to thank Canon Nelson, Reverend Kobna Ayi, and Reverend Dr. Jonathan Aite Mensah. Every month, during this year. They've come to my home and they have spent an hour with me, my family, my wife and family, in praying for me. Even when I was not there, when I was taken away because of the nature of my work, they will still come and do it for me. I am deeply grateful to you.
In a quick exclusive inquiry on what his priority areas would be come 2017, this is what the president-elect said.
Hello, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So what is going to be your priority areas when you're sworn in January next year?
You'll hear.
Meanwhile, senior member of the NPP, Stephen Asamoah Boateng, has condemned the post-election violence.
It's very important we send a very, very strong signal to everybody, especially our colleagues, MPP. Please, calm down, calm down. Your jubilation is in order. I mean, the feeling of joy when you've won a difficult election, sometimes if you are not careful, it just spills over. I mean, sometimes I want to scream myself, but I have to manage myself. But you enjoy the success, but please be careful you don't extend it and hurt somebody. I mean, it doesn't pay. What do you want to hurt somebody for? So please, calm down. Law and order is our priority as well. We must hold the country together. We are brothers. Ghanaians, if you go everywhere, we are all related. Somehow we have the same genes around us. I'm a Fanti and an Ashanti, and if you trace me back, I go to the Dentures and to Brong Ahafo. That's me. He's sitting here. My wife is a Sisala, and if you look through my children are Sisala, Fanti, Ashanti. So you see the combination. Half of my family are Evers from Jelikope. So if you are not careful and you begin to attack, you attack your own family. It's not worth it. So I am appealing to them, just calm down. We also tell the NDC to also cool it a little bit. There are things that we've heard that are going on. We are not going to haunt anybody. At the end of the day, it's one country. Assets that belong to the country and the state assets must be protected. And it's not a private property. We've heard a lot, but we are not saying anything. We will reach them and talk to them. But our supporters, please, let your leaders handle it.
Meanwhile, President John Dramani Mahama has also been thanking God at his church, that's the Ringway Assemblies of God Church.
In a similar event, President John Dramani Mahama has also held a Thanksgiving service at the Ringway Assemblies of God Church. Minister of Communication Dr. Edward Omani-Boama captured on his Twitter page an image of the president and his wife in the company of other party members, including Kofi Adams and Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, in worship. He tweeted, "In all things, give thanks to God. President Mahama is praising Yahweh."
And the Ghana Bar Association has congratulated President-elect Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo on a successful election on last Wednesday's polls. And they also thanked him for all the good glories contained in the main elections.
The Ghana Bar Association has congratulated President-elect Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo on a successful election in last Wednesday's polls. The association says it is particularly happy because he is the third member of the GBA to be elected president since the advent of the Fourth Republic. According to the bar, the elections were free, fair, generally orderly and peaceful. It also applauds the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mrs. Charlotte Osei, for a good work done.
The leadership of the New Patriotic Party has condemned attacks claimed to have been visited on supporters of the NDC by some NPP supporters. The party has therefore urged the Ghana Police Service to enforce the laws of the land and also bring to book any person found to be culpable.
The leadership of the New Patriotic Party has condemned attacks claimed to have been visited on supporters of the governing National Democratic Congress by NPP supporters. The party urges the Ghana Police to enforce the laws of the land and bring to book any person, irrespective of their political affiliations, found to be perpetrating acts of violence against any person. In a statement signed by the General Secretary of the party, John Buedu, said the attention has been drawn to reports of alleged acts of violence and vandalism being perpetrated allegedly against some political opponents of the NPP in the aftermath of the announcement of the results of the 2016 election. Earlier, President John Mahama lamented the indifference of the New Patriotic Party leadership to call its rampaging supporters to order. This follows a series of attacks on innocent citizens and supporters of the governing National Democratic Congress after the party lost last Wednesday's presidential elections. A statement from the presidency said, according to the Communication Minister, Dr. Edward Omanibuama, who signed the statement, some supporters of the NPP have also attacked government installations across the country.
And in a related development, the leader of the Perez Chapel International, Bishop Charles Ajinasari, has expressed displeasure over reported cases of violence across the country.
Meanwhile, leader of the Perez Chapel International, Bishop Charles Ajinasari, has also condemned the reported cases of violence across the country. He implored winners of this year's election to celebrate in moderation and avoid causing chaos. He discouraged unnecessary teasing and mocking of losers, saying the country should look forward to building a united front.
And international news, Liberian President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf has described the current development in the Gambia as unacceptable and very much threatening to peace in the sub-region. Referring to the call for new elections by the President Yahya Jammeh on grounds of alleged anomalies in the electoral process, the ECOWAS chair said that this reversal of opposition by the President Jammeh was unacceptable.
ECOWAS chair President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf has described current developments in the Gambia as unacceptable and threatening. Referring to the call for new elections by President Yahya Jammeh on grounds of alleged anomalies in the electoral process, the ECOWAS chair said that this reversal of opposition by President Jammeh was unacceptable and threatens peace, not only in the Gambia, but the entire West African sub-region. She pleads with President Jammeh to do the right thing and take the right actions to facilitate a smooth and peaceful transition in the Gambia, respecting the election's results, which reflects the freely expressed will of the people of the Gambia.
And this will be all for the tidbits we have by way of news on the AM show. As always, we have regular programming continuing on the program, and we'll be having in the studio Henry Kwabena-Kokofo. He's the Member of Parliament for Bantama, but we know that we have a new Member of Parliament elect for Bantama as well, but he'll be in the studio alongside the Member of Parliament for Damango, Adams Gallos Mutawakilu. He was also re-elected as MP, but we want to ask them their experiences for the current parliament and what their challenges are, especially when MPs would have to be in Accra and sometimes would have difficulties communicating with their constituents and sometimes have to suffer the reversal repercussions when it comes to an election year. So we'd want to have their experiences and also look forward to the next parliament. What are some of the new challenges that new parliament is likely to face? I hope that you stick and stay. We're taking a break. When we come back, I'll be joined by Mavi Uswabwaji. We'll be doing a review of the newspapers as well as a lot more news stories on the various online portals. Please do stay on.